All right, it's great to be here with our fellow league member, Mr. David Miyashiro. He is the superintendent of Cajon Valley Union School District. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Dwayne. Good to see you.
Good. So I want to ask you a question. As you examine the current state of your district, how has your perspective of equity shifted with COVID-19?
You know, this year, I've gotten to know parents on such a deep level, even more so than when I was a classroom teacher, because of all the time that we spent with our families, just hearing their struggle and their success. But this pandemic has really put a magnifying glass on the inequities that already existed. So starting with the digital divide, when we started distance learning back in March, just like everybody else did, the kids who have and don't have access to ubiquitous Wi-Fi and devices just exacerbated the equity gap there. But as we started to get into the pandemic and families started to struggle with work, and then families started to get laid off from jobs, and the economy started to really hurt, we're really seeing a huge equity gap in terms of voice. And there are families that right now are hiring tutors, they're forming learning pods, they're enrolling their kids into private schools or camps so that they can go to work and their kids have support with their distance learning, and then also have some fun and engagement during the day with socialization. And then kids that have parents that are just working to make ends meet, or come from a single family income, or are struggling below the poverty line, they don't have the means or the access to form a learning pod or to pay for school for their children. A lot of our kids are left home by themselves so their parents can go to work. And the role that the school district plays in terms of not just academics and learning, but the custodial nature of care and support and wraparound services that we provide really are necessary for all families, but the families that don't have means otherwise, other than the school system, are really losing. And so opening our schools, bringing kids back in person, especially the most vulnerable, and giving the parents a voice that don't know they have options, the options,
Exactly.
making it available to them for them, being very intentional, because the ones that parents are the most vocal or complaining are those that have the resources and realize they have a choice. Whereas most of the families are just working to make ends meet. And we have to really go out and be intentional and meet their needs where they are, even if they're not asking. We have to bang on their doors and serve them. So it's really changed the way that I view equity and our district as essential. When we were listed as essential workers, public educators, I was proud, but there's also a great responsibility in that to really serve those, especially those that are hardest to serve.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that answer. So how has your perspective shift reinforced your district's commitment to equity?
Yeah, our vision and our mission statement is happy kids engaged in healthy relationships on a path to gainful employment. And when school shut down, students' happiness, well-being, and their relationships suffered. So we're doubling down on that. We believe that if we can cultivate positive self-esteem and self-worth in every child, to help every child build relationships across diversity, across socioeconomic status with all their peers, and then find a path based on their strengths and interests towards financial freedom, that's how we solve the equity gap. And so our mission of happy kids engaged in healthy relationships on a path to gainful employment, that's every child. English learners, special needs students, every child. Every child has unique strengths and interests, and will find a place in the world.
Great. Thank you, David, for this, and we look forward to continue working with Cajon Valley Union School District, and we wish you guys the best of luck this school year.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Digital Promise. Appreciate you.